The next thing that is important for you to know is something called the Glass-Steagall Act. The 1933 bankruptcy involved a series of acts that were passed. A lot of people only know about just a few of them. And some people, they only know just about one of it. And they just know about this coined year, 1933, bankruptcy. The United States can't be a creditor. Okay, right. But how does that really relate to you and what you're saying about capturing your straw man and what you're saying about rights and freedom? How? Functionally. What is the explanation behind it? And what are the series of legislations passed relative to the bankruptcy of 1933? Because as much as that bankruptcy occurred, they created other acts to rejuvenate and flip that position of debtor, contingent upon what certain types of investors will be doing in the future, such as you, to benefit you. Banking Act of 1933, Glass-Steagall. In summary, Glass-Steagall is an act that was passed after the Great Depression. Remember, the Great Depression took place in 1929 with the Dust Bowl and all that stuff, which partly prevented banks holding consumer deposit from engaging in risky investment banking activity. They were risky. They could not pay the premium for the stock market. They were risky. The banks would not be making cash flow because people would be going out of their act that truly solidified in modern times why people see banks as a great evil. Everything discussed in that island with JP Morgan and Rockefellers and all these people, Epstein and his predecessors, all those people, all that, you would never see it. You would never ever see it. But the effect of that meeting is this right here in your face. It's called plutocracy, monopoly, where few rule the mass so effectively that the mass themselves support it. What is plutocracy? Definition meaning example countries. Plutocracy is a government controlled exclusively by the wealthy. When the Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act was passed, the wealthy, the banks, effectively controlled the government. Plutocracy is a government controlled exclusively by the wealthy, either directly or indirectly. A plutocracy allows either openly or by circumstance. You know, like the whole face mask thing, just by circumstance. Everybody stay at home, all stores shut down, you know, circumstance. Right. A plutocracy allows either openly or by to take what is yours so they can pretend and play your role. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act requires financial institutions, companies that offer consumer financial product or service-like loans. Service-like loans, financial or investment advice, or insurance to explain their information sharing practice to their customer and to safeguard sensitive data. The true function of what this act did is what we just explained. What Federal Trade Commission will want to give you as a front is this right here. The Gramm-Leach-Bliley Act, also known as Financial Service Modernization Act of 1999, was finalized in 2000. Enacted November 12, 1999, is an act of the 160th United States Congress. It repealed part of the Glass-Steagall Act of 1933, removing barriers in the market amongst banking companies, security companies, and insurance companies that prohibited any one institution from acting as any combination of an investment bank, a commercial bank, and as an insurance company. In other words, see what Federal Trade Commission just gave you that trash about, you know, them valuing your privacy and giving you a disclosure? That's just the bullshit for the everyday man. Excuse my language. But the reality of it is to remove barriers. The guys you be dealing with are the guys behind all the pay to park here stuff. All those pay to park here are not going to the city of wherever you're putting on your credit card or your coins in. It's not going there. going to these guys. And these guys are investing internationally in other countries. That's another story for another day. The law also repealed Glass-Steagall conflict of interest prohibition. It's impossible just to make this up. Listen to this. The law also repeals Glass-Steagall conflict of interest prohibition. Conflict of interest is one of the main things when it comes to monetary interests. When I tell you, you own it, you run it, and you benefit from it. I'm not bullshitting when I say those things. The law allows you to weigh the difference between the current price and the purchase price. So even if the worst case scenario occurred and they didn't do well in the market, guess what? That's a paper loss, even though nothing came out of your pocket. For a sold or short investment, remember we started off with shorting things? If we just read short investment, it might not be clear, but we know what a short investment is. It is the difference between the price when sold shorts and current price. Paper profit or losses only become realized or actual money profit or loss when the investment position is closed. See this last part? Very crucial, because each deal. The complete 45-minute videos on the Patreon page. Take care. Best of luck.